Happy Tuesday. All right, happy Tuesday. Yesterday's gone, man. That shit's over. How'd you guys do? Did you do as best as you could? Could you have done better? Could I do better? That is a question. What's up, Robert? What's up, my man? The question is can you be better? Can you do better? That's what we've been focusing on here in the more recent days. And I guarantee you there are people here that are watching this video. They're watching what we're saying, but they're not implementing. They're not implementing, right? They're just watching. And that's cool too. I guess that kind of, you got to warm up to the idea. But here on this channel, guys, we believe that we can be our best, and we believe that there's always room to improve. And if you're not improving, you are by definition staying the same. Or you're getting worse, which is even worse. If you get worse, you're moving into uncharted territory. The idea and the motive behind these videos, like I said yesterday, like I'll continue to say, is you have to stay motivated. You have to take direct action steps into what motivates you. I don't know what motivates you. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what it is that, people here on the channel have in front of them. Maybe there could be an unlimited amount of things. But what I do know is that if you're not taking a step forward, you're by definition staying the same, or you're reversing, guys. You're going the wrong direction. So I want to talk about also another thing that I think is very important, and it's how you look at stuff. All right. And I know a lot of people here, they look at stuff as obligations to direct their action. They look at obligation to direct what it is they do next, or what they do on a daily, weekly, or monthly, or sometimes an entire lifetime. Everything feels like an obligation, and the obligation is the only thing that drives them through the action steps to get something done. And I want to, if you're one of these people, and I was too, if you're one of these people that was looking at like this life like this, or your next shift at work like this, or your next career move like this, or your next workout like this, don't look at things as an obligation. Look at things as an opportunity. And it really changes the dynamic of how your brain functions and what it is that your next move should be. All right? And let me give you an example. Nobody's obligated to do anything. Now that I think about it, nobody's obligated to, let's be more specific, nobody's obligated to go to the gym, right? I'm not obligated to go to the gym. However, guys, if I feel obligated to go and I end up going, it's going to feel like an obligation. Therefore, I'm not really going to, I'm not really going to give it my all. I'm just sitting there. You look at these people at the gym, they're kind of like just sitting there. They kind of float around to a machine. They float around to the next machine. And you can tell that their mind's not in the workout, or that they don't really want to be there. They're maybe there to socialize, maybe to get their money's worth. They're paying for the gym, all these things. But they're kind of just sitting there going through the motions. And it's really, they're going through the motions, but they're not like going through the motions, right? They're not like focused on really much of anything other than getting the fuck out of there, right? That is somebody who thinks that going to the gym is an obligation to themselves, or to their significant other, or for their doctor, or for any of these things. If somebody looks at this same thing as an opportunity, right? An opportunity to get bigger, an opportunity to get better, to get more cut, to go after it, man. The opportunity drives the mindset into a different rhythm, a different action steps. You take somebody in the gym that's looking at the gym as an obligation, they're going to look exactly the same the next day, the next month, the next year. I've seen these people, man. They never improve. They never get better. They always stay the same. They're not anybody that I aspire to be. But if you look at somebody that takes life as an opportunity, in this case, the gym, you're going to look at somebody that improves. And I know that people have been, thank you so much. It's going to get a lot better, right? That is simply because of the opportunity. It's just a thought process in your mind that creates the action steps to, propel your life or the gym or any kind of micro thing that you're doing in your life in the direction of opportunity. Opportunity versus obligation. So that's the thing. Let's look at it again. If you're starting a business, a lot of times with a very high ambition, they want to start a business. They want to, they want to do a business. They want to, they have these ideas. They stay motivated for a little bit of time. The motivation fades, and then nothing ends up happening. And again, I think it's the exact reason they do this is kind of the same thing with the gym. They're looking, they start their business with the intention. They kind of get it going for a little bit, but they just kind of want to do it. It starts to feel like an obligation, and then suddenly they're not really wanting to do it, and they're just doing it because they're obligated. And the customers that they're talking to, or their business associates that that are their teammates or whatever, they start to notice that this person is just going through the motions because they feel like they're obligated, shrugging their shoulders. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. They're obligated. They're feeling obligated. Therefore, they don't really want to fucking do it, so they shouldn't do it. They should just stop wasting everybody's time. So that's another thing. If that same person starts a YouTube channel, they start a workout plan, they start a business, they start any of these same things, and they start looking at things as an opportunity, that same person, they can have the exact same business model. The person that looks at it as an opportunity is going to thrive in it. They're going to thrive to be better. They're going to consistently do better because they're looking at things as the opportunity. What is the opportunity that is going to get me there? Is this worth it? They don't calculate, I don't really want to do that. It sounds like a lot of work. They think of every bit of this work that I'm putting forth is an opportunity that's going to get me closer to my goal. This happens with anything. It's happening right now with this channel too, and I think people are starting to notice it, that the YouTube and the algorithm and how these things work is exactly the same. It's the exact same principle all the way around. If somebody looks at something as an obligation, they're simply not going to want to fucking do it. If they look at it as an opportunity, they're going to get super motivated to be their best, do their best, and opportunities are going to present themselves that otherwise would not be there. Now, for people that are, in a job or something like that, it's the exact same thing, right? If you look at work, if you look at clocking in on the time clock, and you look at it like, oh man, I got to go to work today. Well, yeah, you dumb fuck. You get the opportunity to go make money today. Maybe it's not, maybe you're in a desk job you hate or something that you're making, minimum wage. Still, even in that moment, don't look at it as an obligation, because nobody asked you to sign up for that job. Nobody asked you to go to the gym and become better and more strategically buff, right? Nobody asked you to do that. You're not obligated to do that. You're not obligated to do anything. The only thing that you're obligated to do is basically exist, and there's tons of people that exist. They don't ever live life. They're nobody that I aspire to be. So don't look at things as an obligation. Look at things as an opportunity. And I do think that if you look at everything that you do as an opportunity, it will kind of work its way out. Okay, and it might not be something you want to do forever. It might not be something, or maybe it's something that you start, a business you start that you find is not really what you want to do anymore, but you still look at it as an opportunity because, even though you tried it, it's now pushed you into a direction where, another opportunity would open up. Look at everything as an opportunity. Don't look at it as an obligation. If you start looking at life and at action steps that you must do to complete a goal, or action steps you must do to further progress your life into the outcome that you want it to be, you're going to find that the obligation is going to make you not want to do it, and it's going to override anything else that is going to push you closer to that goal. You have to look at things. Everything out here, there's tons of opportunities. There is tons of opportunities to be better right here. Out there, right here, there's plenty of opportunities that you can take that are right in front of you, that you can maximize, that you can benefit from, that you can strategically gain. Opportunities, guys, is how you look at life, not obligations. If you look at life as obligation, you're going to have a rough life, because everything is going to feel like work, you know, and everything is work. So if you don't like work, you don't like putting in effort, you want to be obligated to do things, you will get things done, but you'll never feel good about it. You'll never feel satisfied, or you'll never feel like you're, living your best life. So obligation versus opportunity, I think we'll end it there. And I think right after I'm done, I think I'll make some more videos about a lot of stuff that people want to hear, because I have the opportunity to do that. I'm not obligated to. I can go sit over here and twiddle my thumbs all day and, look up at the sky and hope things fall into my lap. That's not how the world works, guys. So it's time that you look at things as an opportunity. And I'm telling you, the shit is right in front of you. Talk to you soon.